Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Aquarius energy, and for this round we're just asking, this deck of cards for what is the conversation topic. We have the Ten of Swords and the Three of Wands, and the reason it came out is because of the Seven of Cups. So the Tens can talk about we've completed a cycle. The Three of Wands can be a way we used to view life, and we thought that was the way to live our life, and that our dreams were going to come into reality, living our life that way, kind of being motivated and inspired by those things. But we've got lessons to learn in life, and, as time goes by, we kind of view life differently, and then we can get in relationships with other people. The Seven of Cups can be the different people in the world that we could know that we have love for, but not everybody's kind of on the same page as us. And with some of those people, our dreams won't come into reality with them. Other people will keep moving forward with us in relationships, but we have to be willing to close out old ways of viewing life to go to like the next stage of life, just like we did age 15 to 18 to 21 to 25. And sometimes when we're ready to move forward in life differently and face our fears, to detach from like an old way of living life and viewing relationships. When we're ready to do that, some other people aren't. We have these ways of viewing life. The Seven of Cups can be just how we view life. Like we did, age 15 was different than age 18. And we have these ways of viewing life that we're kind of motivated and inspired by. In the Three of Wands, our fire nature. And sometimes when we're ready to move forward in life, or when other people are ready to move forward in life differently than us, we're not ready. But we have to see the truth that sometimes some of the people in our life, the Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. Some people have illusions about what it means to be in a relationship, and they are kind of more about themselves, because the Three of Wands being Aries energy is about the self. And we can all have these illusions that things should be more about us and kind of what we're driven and motivated by. We could be caught up in the illusion of the world, more about ourself, more about indulgence, more about ego or image or money or materialism. And then we could have these immature ways of thinking and being and viewing life. We've all got lessons to learn. And some people that we could have been in relationships with have a way of viewing life, and they don't want to put an end to viewing life that way, because they would have to move. They'd have to see some truth of where do I need to heal or grow or mature myself. Or maybe an Aquarius energy, I would have to look at life from a higher perspective. I'd have to have more hope and faith and belief in myself. I'd have to get out of my illusions about myself or the world or relationships. I'd have to work through my emotional confusion, and I'd have to quit being more about myself, where I could think it's more about me and my lust and my greed and my pride and my ego and my status and my image. Do we look at life from a higher perspective, or is it all about ourself and the world? Do we have hope and faith and belief in love, or don't we? Some people just create an illusion of love because they don't really authentically want to do love, because then they could get hurt. And that is kind of them being more about themselves in a relationship. Let's just create the illusion of love. Let's not really do love, because if we really do love, that means I do have to work through and close out cycles in my life, and I'd have to keep kind of moving forward in life, stepping out of my comfort zone and kind of growing to my full potential. And I might not want to do any of that. So, we have to realize that people are motivated and inspired by different things. People have fears and insecurities they don't want to deal with. Some people are more about themselves. Some people are more caught up in these things of the world that they are sure will make them happy. And some people just haven't seen the truth that love is what makes it all worthwhile. And some people could think love is optional. And if I can get in a relationship with people where they don't require me to look at life any differently, maybe I'll just create the illusion of love with them. Because maybe it would look like I have all these things that I want in the world, and I'm not in a relationship with someone who requires me to grow or mature or heal myself. And maybe they can get in a relationship with someone who they think is on the same page as them, or is more about the world, or is caught up in these things of the world, doesn't believe in their dreams. People tend to hang out with people who are like themselves. And we need to see the truth of it. We can hope other people will change or heal or grow or mature themselves. But, it kind of can keep us stuck in illusion. And we certainly could feel backstabbed and betrayed, is what the Ten of Swords can talk about. But the Ten of Swords is Gemini energy. Your truth is you do believe in your dreams and you do want to be in deep, meaningful relationships. Other people might be okay with being in more superficial relationships or living a more superficial life. And you really want deep, meaningful relationships. So you see who is on the same page as me and who is not. The people who are on the same page as me would communicate their truth to me. The wands can be about communication. And the people who aren't doing that, I need to get out of my illusions about them because it just keeps me stuck. And I need to take inspired action forward to bring my dreams into reality. So, what else wants to be said about this story? Okay, we have a card not showing itself, and it's because of the Chariot. So, the Chariot talks about loving yourself and believing in yourself and getting in the driver's seat of your life, taking the reins of your dualistic nature, not to let yourself tip out of balance where you indulge poor behavior in yourself or poor behavior in others. And if you had been in relationships with people who could have harnessed these energies in a more shadowy way, they could live more from their mind than their heart. They could have been maybe kind of bossy or controlling, and they were under the illusion that you wouldn't love and believe in yourself and your dreams, and you just keep staying in a relationship with them, kind of indulging them in their poor behavior. Or some people like to feel powerful in people's lives, like, I'm the boss of your life. Look, I'm going to do something hurtful and unkind, and you're going to sit here stuck and confused, not loving and believing in yourself. Get in the driver's seat of your life. No, people who are hurtful, unkind, unjust, unfair, bossy, controlling, egotistical, self-centered, have illusions about what it means to be in a relationship. I love myself, and I'm going to get in the driver's seat of my life. Not drive my life off into the ditch. You're not the boss of me. You don't write the story of my life. I write the story of my life. And you're detaching from harnessing this energy in a more shadowy way. And when you do that, you detach from people who are in more shadowy energy. And what people don't know about you is you're harnessing this energy in a more high vibrational way. The Temperance card can be where you could have been being patient, either in relationships with people you were with some people in your life, or when someone does things that are hurtful and unkind, we can keep being patient with them because we're hoping that they're going to work through their issues. But the Ten of Swords is that eventually we have to see the truth. People who are motivated and inspired by being just and fair and loving in a relationship would be that way, and people who aren't that way. And some of these people are more about harnessing their Cancer energy in a more shadowy way, using their emotions manipulatively to create the illusion of love, because it makes them look like they're moving forward in a victorious, successful way, but they're not authentically being loving. And we quit being patient with them because in the Ten of Swords, we see the truth. We've completed the cycle. We've worked through all the different thoughts we had in our head about why we want to stay, why we shouldn't stay. And then the 10, we're no longer in illusion about it anymore. We can love people and not want to be in a relationship with them. Other people can kind of be loving to us and have love for us, but they also like to be bossy and controlling or egotistical or materialistically driven or whatever. and we just no longer are in illusion about them, and we realize our dream can't come into reality with them. And we have probably done this work within ourselves to balance out our emotions about the whole thing, and then we're ready to move forward in life out of love for ourselves. So what is the advice for high vibe and the people in your life that are moving forward with you in life? They're not people who are more about themselves. They're not emotionally shallow and superficial. They're working together with you in a deep, meaningful relationship, because it's not about more about you or more about them. It's about working together cooperatively in love to move forward in an emotionally balanced, loving relationship. So the people who are inspired and moving forward with you in this way are moving forward with you in this way. Friends, family, coworkers, things like that. But there's some people that aren't going to move forward with you. And partly it could be because they aren't balanced. They're tipped out of balance. They either backstab and betray themselves. Well, until they quit backstabbing and sabotaging themselves, they can't move forward. And we can't make people do that work within themselves. They have to do this work to love and believe in themselves and be inspired to work through their own illusions and fears and emotional confusion. And we can keep distance from them, offer even energetically people love and encouragement and support, but I'm not going to keep spending much time, energy, and effort with you when you're in that energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, but until you have been illuminated to the truth and done some of this work within yourself and quit sabotaging yourself, quit being more about yourself, quit indulging yourself in your shadow nature, and learn to love and believe in yourself, I'm going to keep moving on with the people in my life who do have overcome that and freed themselves from those things. And I wish you peace, love, and joy, but I'm not going to keep staying stuck waiting, because it can take a lifetime. So the advice, well, I don't really know which one came out first or second. Oh, maybe we'll do it this way. The Page of Cups, a card not showing itself because of the Six of Cups. The advice is, in the Page of Cups, offer people peace, love, and joy. Why? Because of the Six of Cups. It helps just understanding that everybody is where they're at in life. Some people have a lot of things that manipulate them. Fear, insecurity, pride, ego, that stuff. And some people have a lot of things that manipulate them that might not manipulate you, because maybe during the course of your life, maybe somewhere along the way, you learn to not be just more about yourself. Somewhere along the way, you learn that I do like to be in more deep, meaningful relationships versus more superficial, shallow relationships. And other people have to maybe go through some more life experience to learn those lessons. So we accept that people are where they're at. The Six of Cups can be that people will repeat a certain pattern until they learn the lesson they were meant to learn from it. You've maybe had some more life experience than some other people, and you have reconciled yourself with some things of your past and patterns and ways of behaving in life. You know, again, more self-centered, immature, indulgent, prideful, defensive, fearful, insecure, codependent. You know, high vibe energy is about being independent, learning to love yourself, which also I think is like one of the hardest lessons to learn, which can take decades to learn to love yourself and kind of maintain balance within yourself. You offer yourself love and encouragement and forgiveness to reconcile yourself with past issues so you can be free of them and move on in life. But other people maybe don't even want to deal with those things, so they keep carrying all that baggage with them, and it affects how they interact in friendships and how they live their life. But if they're kind of living life in a way that I've already been there and done that, and I don't want to repeat that pattern, I understand living your life at that stage of life because I've been there to some degree, and I wish you peace. And I offer love to the situation so I can be at a place of peace about it And I just accept that everybody has free will to live their life whatever way they want. If they want to make their life more about themselves, more about ego and image or indulgence or not loving and believing in themselves, that's their free will choice. That's not how I want to live my life. And then we have this card not showing itself. It helps you disconnect from harnessing this energy in a more shadowy way, worldly way, and it helps you be able to detach from people in your life that still harness it in a more worldly, shadowy way, which you could have at one time also. Why? Because you do this work within yourself, you'll get to where you can harness this energy in a more high vibrational way. The Hangman. The Hangman is, we all view life the way we view life at any given moment in time. The way we viewed life, the way we viewed ourselves, the way we viewed the world, the way we viewed relationships at age 21 was hopefully different than at age 31, right? But some people do still view it like age 21, even when they are 31. And we all can feel stuck. We can all have felt backstabbed. Things didn't work out the way we wanted in life. We were confused. We wanted to move forward in life. We could have gotten in relationships with people. Some people had that more hopeful, believing spirit. Some people just wanted to look like they moved on. Some people wanted to move on in a new relationship in order to backstab someone else that they were mad at. Are we operating more from ego and because we feel stuck? Or looking at life differently, expanding our perception of ourselves and the world and what we believe is possible, reconciling ourselves with the past so we're not getting in relationships more because we're codependent or in our ego or feel backstabbed or in our lust or our greed, blah, blah, blah. Wanting to be in relationships with people because we've been enlightened to the truth. And seeing who is repeating old patterns, who still is maybe more about themselves or operating more out of ego, and not wanting to be in relationships with people who are stubborn or prideful or egotistical or full of themselves or unwilling to look at life from anyone else's perspective and maybe unwilling to deal with some of their own issues. So we let them go. We get out of our ego about it. I wish you peace and love, Everybody's probably, to a degree, living their life in a way that they think is just and fair or makes them feel stable and grounded within themselves. If they were ready to move forward in life differently, they'd move forward in life differently. If they looked at life differently, they'd live life differently. But they don't. And we can't make people look at life differently. All we can do is offer people peace and love and kind of high vibe energies about being a good leader in the world. I don't choose to be a negative energy. I don't choose to operate out of my prideful, egotistical, bossy, controlling way. And I'm not going to let other people in shadowy energy dictate my life. I see the truth. If you're unjust, you're unfair, you're unloving, you're unkind, you backstab and betray people, you're more about this or that, I accept the truth of it. And I free myself from it. I am not stuck in my ego about it. I wish you peace. I've reconciled myself with it. I'm moving forward in an energy of love. Love is the answer that sets us free. And the people in your life that are in that energy with you and people that you meet as you move forward are going to be the people you're going to invest your time, energy, and effort into. The people who work together with you in a just and fair and balanced and authentic and loving way that you can have deep, meaningful relationships with. People who are being authentic, not people who are more operating from ego or defensiveness or trying to indulge in a relationship. So what could be the possible outcome for people who harness some high vibe Aquarius energy? Enjoy the people in your life who do work with you cooperatively from love, and that will be the things that, and as you maintain balance within yourself and love yourself, making good decisions in your life, that will also be part of the process of setting you free. The Six of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. Why? Because of the Tower. As we do this work within ourselves, we kind of do see through the illusions that we had about people and the emotionally complex feelings we have about people. You know, Scorpio does talk about those deep emotional attachments we have with people. I hate them. I love them. I don't ever want to talk to them. I hope they call me tomorrow. You know, we had people in our life that we probably wanted to have in our life all our life and work cooperatively with, whether it's friends or family members or romantic interests. But as we do this work and stay in the energy of love, and as we keep moving forward in the energy of love, and we keep seeing other people aren't moving forward in that energy, we kind of see through the illusion. We kind of see the truth of their foundation, that it isn't, their dream isn't the same as our dream. What drives and motivates them isn't what drives and motivates us. And they just might be caught up in the most important thing is for them to be indulged or look like a shining star in the world. And they maybe just don't look at life from any other perspective, that it is about more to life than just those things, but they make those things so important in their life. And we see the truth of it, and we're able to detach. Why? Because in our high vibe Leo energy, we were inspired to get out of our inner conflict and ego about it. And we were inspired to put in this work and effort to see the truth. I want to move forward in life, and I don't want to keep staying unstable and stuck, but my dreams can only come into reality with other people who view life the way I view it. You know, that we're like on the same page. We've learned similar lessons in life. We've grown and matured ourselves to certain levels. You know, if during my life I'm not backstabbing myself and backstabbing relationships, and I'm not caught up in illusions that it should be more about me, I want to be in relationships with also other people who have learned those lessons. And I want to be in relationships with people who are taking the reins of their dualistic nature so they're not running their life off into the ditch. People who have that authentic, hopeful, believing nature that want to work together cooperatively in love. And I see the truth that though there was people that I had a dream of moving forward with long term because I love them, our philosophy of life is different. What drives and motivates them and how they want to keep moving forward is to keep moving forward, not from a foundation that's seen the truth and healed and matured. They have this way of living life that they want to hold on to. And they're going to keep holding on to it and living their life that way until they are willing to see the truth. And they may never. They may keep moving forward in that way all their life. And we can't let it keep us stuck. We need to see the truth. That's how they view life. So I am willing to let you live your life the way you want it, because that's the way you're living your life anyway. And I get out of my ego about it. And I detach from that foundation and from that dream. I see my dream can't come into reality here. We harness all these energies differently. And I want to move forward in emotionally balanced, authentic, loving relationships. And I'm not trying to manipulate people or control people or wanting to be in relationships out of ego or status or image. And some of the other people, that is how they want to live their life. And they want to be in a relationship with other people who live their life that way. And if they saw the truth that that's not you, and they don't want to do life the way you do it, because they would have to get in the driver's seat of their life, and they would have to quit being more about themselves and being caught up in the illusion of the world or thinking it should be more about them, then they're not on the same page as you. So it's like, I wish you peace. I'm going to go find the people who are on the same page. And I think you will have victory with other people in the world who have learned these same lessons as you have. High vibe Virgo energy versus more worldly, shadowy Virgo energy. And those people are the people you will move forward with because they're not operating from a more worldly foundation. They see you've detached from that type of way of living life, and they've detached from that way of living life. And you are both on the same page. It's about being inspired by truth and love, getting out of your ego and your more immature worldly nature, doing this work within yourself to keep moving forward in truth and love. And you keep changing and growing and moving forward to your full potential, because you don't get stuck like life has to be this way. Life is an adventure, and learning all these lessons and facing our fears to be a shining star, to live our authentic life, to not get caught up in our ego and all these things that try to manipulate us. So there you go, Aquarius energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.